Hello family, welcome back to another video. It is about 7:21 a.m. in the morning and I am heading out to share with you some garden tasks that we should never neglect if we want our garden to thrive. Today's task that I want to begin with is watering. Water is very much essential for a plant's survival. It facilitates nutrients uptake, photosynthesis, and temperature regulation. Neglecting watering, especially during dry spells or in container gardening, can lead up to wilting and even death of plants. So that is why it is important for us to practice consistent watering, which will promote healthy root development and overall plant vigor, making the plants more resistant to pests and diseases. I believe the best time to water plants is in the mornings because some plants do not like wet feet. Now this is a prime example of why we should water our plants early in the morning. You see how this mint plant is looking? They're looking a little bit dry. So when I water it now, this afternoon when I come back, the mint is going to absorb most of the water and it is going to be looking perkier. I am now doing something that is called deep watering. Can you see the amount of water that is in this container? So I am not going to be watering these mint plants for a few more days. This one is not looking so bad because it is a little bit more shaded than the one I just showed you. For all of us who have been gardening for some time now, we must have recognized now that proper watering directly impacts the yield and the quality of our fruits and vegetables. Inadequate watering can result in smaller and less flavorful produce. So let us aim to practice proper watering because it helps to maintain soil moisture balance, which is crucial for beneficial microorganisms and overall soil health. There's a lot of dead leaves on this tomato plant, so I'm going to be pruning it and I'm going to be taking off anything that looks dead and that is not looking so healthy. Pruning is a vital gardening practice that goes beyond simply shaping the plants. Neglecting it can lead to a multitude of problems, impacting both the health and productivity of our gardens. Pruning can promote our plants' health. So by removing dead, diseased, or damaged branches, can prevent the spread of infection and decay. It also improves air circulation within the plant's canopy and can reduce the risk of fungal disease. Pruning can also help to remove crossing branches that rub together, which can create wounds and openings that can invite pests and diseases. Strategic pruning can stimulate new growth, leading to more vigorous and productive plants. So removing competing branches allows the plant to direct its energy towards producing more flowers and fruits. Pruning our plants helps to control the size and shape of the plants, preventing them from becoming overgrown and unruly. It allows us to train the plants to grow in a desired form. Removing weak or overhanging branches reduces the risk of the plant breaking and causing injury or damages. This tomato plant is a prime example, so I am now taking the branches that fell over and I am putting them back on the stake that is in the container where they are growing. Another reason why we should not neglect pruning is because pruning can revitalize older overgrown plants by removing old unproductive wood, and it will encourage new growth. In essence, Pruning is an essential part of maintaining a healthy and safe garden. So this is the best I can do for now because I have to go to work, but most of the dry leaves, they're all gone, and I put these stakes back together. Still have some leaves with the leaf miners up there. I might come and check on them later on, and I do think they need some more water. You see how these leaves are looking? They need some more water. So let's move on to our next task. Alright, so someone wanted me to give an update on the plants that I was using the DIY pesticide on. This is one of the plants. I moved it and brought it over here. So the leaves, they are still looking clean, but I'm still checking because I do not use the pesticide on them every day. All right, so here are a few. These one looks like white flies. So I'm going to be using the method that I showed you recently, and that is to use your water hose to quickly spray off all of these insects. You will not damage your plants. You'll just be giving them an extra dose of water. So use your water hose to get those insects off immediately. Checking on this one. So we are now on the note of pest control. Neglecting pest control in the garden can have significant negative consequences, impacting both the health and productivity of our plants. Pests can cause an extensive damage to leaves, stems, roots, and fruits, hindering the plant's growth and reducing our yields. Early detection can control and prevent pest infestation, so do not neglect. And since I am here, let me share with you my little baby Brussels sprouts that is coming out. Can you all see them? Cabbage is looking pretty clean. No aphids, no white flies. The head is not forming yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to be getting a head, but it's okay. The leaves can be eaten. I guess this baby was jealous because I picked her sibling last night and left her. So she just jumped right off the vine. I think I'm going to take this to work today. If you have any plants that is putting out fruits, always ensure that you give them a dose of fertilizer. The only powdered fertilizer I have right now is my eggshells. That is going to provide some source of calcium. I'm just going to use this as an example. So you can fertilize your plants with the calcium and put it at the base of your plants. Now this is a lemon plant that I bought recently, and I also have an orange over there. I am just giving these a little calcium for demonstration. But always remember to fertilize your fruiting plants. I think I'm going to give my cucumbers some as well. And this is a slow release fertilizer. That means over time it is going to be concentrated in the soil and provide the cucumber plant with nutrients. And if you see anything like this that is a leaf with leaf miner or any pest at all, remember to remove them from your plants. This can probably go in your compost because there's no insects on it. This is the trace that the leaf miners left, so you can put it in your compost. So take off the affected leaves so the plant will not focus on healing those. Instead, they will concentrate on putting out more flowers and more fruits for you. Yes, my friends, I am home from work and I'm heading out to check on the mint that I watered this morning before I get into the next task that we should not neglect in the garden. Okay, so the plant is not looking bad. Let's check to see if the soil is extremely dry. No, there is still a lot of moisture left in the soil. See? It's not totally dry. And even though I said I deep watered it and I might not have to water it for a few more days, I don't know who I was kidding, because with this sun over here, I might have to water it tomorrow. Oh Lord have mercy. Well, let's get into the next task that we should not neglect. So before I get into the next task, I really have to give you all a little sneak peek of the grapes that is coming out. They are fulling up so fast. There's a lot of grape this year, a lot of grapes. I'm going to be getting a lot of grapes. Somewhere on this side. I don't know what these are. But anyways, let's get into the next task that we are not supposed to neglect in our garden. That task is going to be mulching. Mulching is a very beneficial practice for any garden. It acts as a barrier, reducing the evaporation of water from the soil. This means we'll need to water the plants less frequently. Right now, I am grabbing my most favorite leaves to go and make some mulch for my container. Adding a layer of mulch will significantly reduce the amount of weeding that we have to do in the garden because it blocks sunlight and prevents the seeds from germinating. The mulch will insulate the soil, keeping it cooler in the summer and warmer in the winter. This helps to protect plants' roots from extreme temperature fluctuations. Whenever we use organic mulches like the banana leaves that I am using right now and wood chips or other compost, they will decompose over time and add value to the soil. This improves the soil structure, fertility, and drainage. Adding mulch to containers or areas also provide a habitat for beneficial soil organisms such as earthworms, which improves soil's health. I personally love to use mulch in my garden because it gives the garden a neat and tidy appearance. If you have not yet tried mulching your containers or your garden area, why not try today to get some of the benefits that I just read about mulching? So now, here is the conclusion of the whole matter. A neglected garden can quickly become overgrown with weeds, susceptible to pests and diseases, and ultimately become unproductive. So going forward, let us not neglect mulching, fertilization, pest control, pruning, and watering, because our garden will not thrive.